Are you sitting comfortably? The blue touch paper has been well and truly lit. Fantastic! Extraordinary! They are on cloud nine. Stunning shot! A goal to dream of. Oh, that's wonderful.
West Bromwich Albion at 2002, their manager, Gary Megson. A striker set to depart, another heir to stay. The groundsman tended to the hallowed Hawthorns turf as the hard hats grafted away inside the ground, and the East Stand was all but complete when Albion started with a defeat.
Byfield, he's got support, and this is a good spell for Walsall. Neil Clement trying to check that progress, but he's been beaten, and Lighthour has scored. All too easy for Walsall. Clement is going to have a go, and he continues where he left off last season. Plenty of men forward for this one of whom is Barras. Good save, Holt. Barras again, and Walsall are back in front. Bob Taylor from the spot. Coyne saved it. Fox now. Double save by Coyne. Alan Poughton for Grimsby Town. And the visitors lead.
Everyone defending. It's it. He's got it through. Seaborn for Sheffield Wednesday. Dicchio on the edge of the box. Somford keeping an eye on him. Sigurdsson here is further back. A real chance for Pressman, and he didn't get there. Dicchio did. It's 1-1. The towering presence of Danny Dicchio has produced a goal for Albion on his debut.
Here's Doby. Needing to hold off his man, and Igor Barlis will chase this one. And just about keeps it in. The flag stays down. Plenty of time to cross for Barlis. Dicchio collects. Dicchio shoots. It's 2-2 for the new boy.
So 4 games gone and only 4 points far from promotion form. September demanded a drastic improvement, and so too did the gaffer.
I remember listening to the radio when there was a supporter on it who rang in and said, "Oh, I can see us having 10, 12 points," he says, out the first 5 games. And you know yourself that it's never that easy. And we were given a local derby straight away against a team that seemed to have the Indian sign on us. And they did that day. And one of our old failings came around. We tried to sign Darren Moore since May, and the season kicked off in August, and we hadn't brought him in there. And we conceded a goal from a set piece, which cost us a point. I thought we should have won that game, and as did Ray Graydon. But we were found wanting on 2 occasions and lost. We then came back to Grimsby at our place, another team that have got the Indian sign on us, and we battered them. The goalkeeper played brilliantly. We made a stupid mistake and gave away a penalty. So we found ourselves looking at 2 fixtures where we were looking at a good start, bottom of the league with no points.
Here's an opportunity, and it's in! Derek McInnes! He's only managed 1 goal in his entire time here at West Bromwich Albion. The second was an absolute beauty. Doby in the centre, so too Dicchio. The referee has given a penalty. Scott Doby tumbled. And Neil Clement, who doesn't half pack a punch in that left foot, will take this penalty. Bosch. West Brom 2, Manchester City 0. Neil Clement, who scored from the spot, will try and do so again from just outside the penalty area. And it's in! 3 prior to today. And they've done it against the league leaders. 2 for Neil Clement. Doby. Oh, it's run for the youngster. Scott Doby for 4! Oh, incredible! City's defence all over the place. And Scott Doby has his first league goal for his new club. Sheer persistence.
I was delighted that Scott Doby's got his first league goal for the club. Delighted that Neil Clement has stepped up and smacked the penalty in. Delighted with a consecutive clean sheet. Obviously delighted with the result, the way the supporters have been. Say it's been a good afternoon, and we want to have more and more of these.
It was a slightly slow start to the season, wasn't it? But this is such a boost for you, I'd imagine.
It was a big boost, but we know what we can do. Last year we got off to a slow start with 3 losses, and then went on to finish 6. So we lost the first 2 this year. Hopefully we can finish in the top 6 again.
Freshly recruited from Portsmouth, it's an Albion debut for big Darren Moore. There's Cummings. Neil Cox to contend with, but still gets the cross in. Flick down towards Doby! It's a cracker from Scott Doby. Doby from the spot. Oh, he's denied by Bardson, but is on hand to put in the rebound. 2-0 Albion. Getting towards Marcus Gale, who's unmarked to put Watford back in it. Gale against Holt, and a great save from Russell Holt, and Darren Moore with the final clearance. Albion's lead intact. McInnes comes away with it. Sees Bob Taylor in the box. Lucchetti's clearance has fallen straight to Doby. Finish as cool as you like. Hopeful one. Lucchetti should be able to deal with this one, and he's missed it. Doby with another chance. It's another Doby double. It's 2-0 Albion. You don't get much for £200,000 these days, but Welsh international Andy Johnson fits the bill for Albion. Here's Kevin Cooper. Defender standing off him. And he has a run himself. Across comes Clement, but it's saved by Holt and falls straight to Schipperley. Wimbledon lead. Responsibility falls on the experienced shoulders of Robert Prosinecki, who doesn't disappoint. Portsmouth go in front through their Croatian superstar. It's classic Clement territory, and it's crept in. Albion level, Neil Clement's 4th of the season. Clement looks for Scott Doby, 2-1. Left for Neil Clement to deliver. Darren Moore goes for that one, and Doby gets to it behind him. His 9th goal of a terrific season.
15 points from a possible 18 in September resuscitated Albion's sluggish start and blasted the Baggies out of the bottom 7 and into 3rd. Albion's 2 big signings had a big impact.
People tend to focus on what people can't do. What we've tried to do here is focus on what they can do, and we know there's nobody stronger. Darren's very quick when he gets into his stride. Balls coming into the box, Darren heads 19 out of 20 away, and it's about building a team, not getting 11 sparkling individuals, because that doesn't get the job done. I knew Andy from a long time ago as a kid when I was an old player at Norwich, and what's happened to him over the course of his career is that he's had a lot of injuries, and there was I think it was Birmingham were interested, and they were quoted £1.5 million. And I think at £1.5 million you tend to look at Andy and his injury record and think the glass is half empty. But I think when you're getting him for Nout, the glass is certainly half full, and more than that, because he's touch wood, he's not had too many injury problems as well. But I think he can be really pleased with the way he settled in as quickly as he did, and also is the part that he plays off the field as well in the dressing room. He's the lively one that's always got a bubble about him, and again, it was something that we needed.
No handball. This is Sadlier, not a bad first touch. Now can he get the shot away? He can! Millwall lead! And West Brom are not faring well at the moment. Claridge, his dander is up. He's away from Sigurdsson, and it's Livermore, it's 2-0! And Sadlier will claim it.
McInnes, pursued by the former Albion man Snakers. Clipped into Doby. It'll fall for Taylor to hit it! Great strike from Bob Taylor. Doby. Stockport, more than a few problems with his pace. There's the awareness to find Des Little this time. Clement is coming in on this. Well kept out. Taylor now, 2-0. Delivered very deep. Defending rather static in there, and it's off the crossbar, and Fradan is there to pick up the pieces. A glimmer of hope for Stockport.
Sigurdsson is a passenger at the moment in the penalty area, and Libra's gone round him with some ease, and Moore was there to help out his fellow defender. And the header from Roberts goes in, and Norwich have taken the lead. To Niedergaard. Oh, Chambers saw that bounce over him. McVeigh. Rivers! 2-0.
Whether 3 o'clock on a Saturday or the rather less conventional 8 o'clock on a Thursday evening, there's always a red-hot atmosphere for a Black Country derby. A full house, as you'd expect at the Hawthorns. Forward by Muscat. Moore's headed clearance. Alex Ray nods it back into the danger zone. Branch squeezes it through. 1-0 Wolves. Nathan Blake. The visitors in front. Neil Clement. Good one. Brilliant one. A sweet left foot shot, as you will see. No stopping. Out comes keeper Miller. Should be his ball. Not the best clearance though. And Andy Johnson has seen the chance and taken it so well for his first Albion goal. Albion fans in full voice, enjoying their trip up the M1 at the moment. But Bruce Dyer has silenced them with an absolute screamer. Lumsden beats Russell Holt. Perfect penalty into the corner. Off a little too strong. Parlis gets a foot to it. McInnes is struggling here against Dyer. Bruce Dyer, chance for Barnsley's third. And it's taken. Neil Clement. Oh, it's a cracking free kick. Holt goes route one, looking for the flick on. There wasn't a touch though, but Bob Taylor has got a chance out of it, and Taylor puts West Bromwich Albion in front at Sellers Park.
Maximum points at Palace kept Albion just outside the playoff pack. Their 2-0 defeat at Norwich should be the worst possible start to October.
If you have a look at their record, they win a lot of games early on, and we warn the players about this. It is a long journey, and you get there and you've got to get the journey out of you. That's no excuse, because we went the day before, but we got caught cold in the first 15 minutes. I felt we bossed the game after that, but once you give the home team a 2-goal start, then you're really going to struggle, and it was a poor result for us.
Taylor.
Shuffled forward for Doby, and Doby in for Rosler! And Gary Megson's Baggies have the lead.
McInnes. Nice turn from Andy Johnson, sets his sights. Vasson got a hand to it. Clement, half blocked. Johnson's there again. Oh, and how on earth has he scored that? St Andrews silenced. This is a good one. Holt struggling, and Swales has scored. Can't miss him in that headband, but Albion did. Here's Lee. Clement blocking the route to goal. Lee on his left foot will have a go though. It's 2-0 Rotherham. That was sheer quality. Swales leaves it for Mike Pollitt. And he scuffed the clearance straight to Darren Moore. That's going in. His first Albion goal, and they won't come much better.
Clement to deliver. And finding Ballas. Fizzing pass.
And a terrific ball in that has been converted by the skipper, Derek McInnes. There's a wonderful pass here by Clement. Ballas does well, but just watch in your picture McInnes arriving, and unmarked, he doubles his goal tally for the season.
3 wins out of 4 elevated Albion back into the playoffs, and all of November's victories were 1-0 to the Albion.
Great victories, there's no such thing as a bad victory. But again, we'd taken another loan signing. Uwe Rosler came in because we'd had problems. Danny had hurt himself, Jason had hurt himself, and we needed to bring somebody in. And there's not a fantastic market for people that are available on loan. We brought Uwe into the squad. I think his first game was at Crystal Palace, and he should have scored early on, but he put it over the top. But his performance was very good, and we were thankful for an old head at the right time with Bob Taylor's goal, and we defended that really well.
Dicchio. And Igor Barlis, who just about gets the ball under control. And Chambers delivered it towards Jourdau. 2 touches, it's there, Jourdau!
It was a great game, good performance. Our team, we play really, really well today, like a good team. We want to go to the Premiership, and I'm happy, of course, because I scored.
Cummings, won by Pesky Solido. He's done brilliantly here. He's got pace as well, Pesky Solido. Hasn't got much support, will have to go alone. It's a brilliant effort. Oh, that was magnificent. And it's going to be won by Carl Asaba. Unbelievable stuff.
Johnson. Swipe at it, nearly found Clement. Johnson's there again. There's Barlis. McInnes round the outside. McInnes with a useful run too, and he's found Dicchio here! Taylor. McInnes flights one forward. Dicchio with a touch. Jourdau with a chance. Albion in front at Cresty Road. Good finish, Jourdau. Ashton. Good feet from the youngster, and he's found Jeff Thomas. Thomas against Holt. It's 1-1. Koku. Trying to engineer some room for himself. He's got past Jourdau. There's Seabon, rather clumsy, but it's back in Koku's path, and this is cool, and it's well finished off by Efan Koku. Touch into Jason Roberts. Now the power and pace of Roberts in evidence. Clips it towards the back. Rule Fox is waiting, and he gets his first of the season. one shot. Clement trying to stick close to him. One chopper's found Edghill though. Edghill going through and going down. And the referee, I think, is saying it's a dive. It's going to be a second yellow card for Richard Edghill. He's off. He's off here, no doubt about it. You could see him bursting into the box. Shordell went in, but there was no contact at all. Arms raised aloft, the Gillingham signal. Chris Hope totally unmarked. Oh, a soft goal from Albion's point of view. Clement, high and hanging one. And Gillingham managed to clear the danger. With Clement again. Trying to go second time lucky. He's had a shot this time. Bartram's dropped it. Tap in for Andy Johnson. Shaw. And Smith. Oh, he's managed to turn. And Smith has scored. Gillingham 2-1 in front.
Just 8 points taken from a possible 21 made for a depressing December, despite, of course, that victory at Molineux.
It was a different team the year before. I didn't know, but after the game I was told that we had certain players that didn't fancy it against Wolves because it was a bit rough. There was one or two in their team that didn't, that frightened one or two of ours, so I wasn't aware of that. But this season, when we went and beat them 1-0, I think they had one opportunity when Sturridge broke through, and that was it. And Danny had an opportunity, and we really did. I think lost the game as regards the Derby game, and it wasn't just a win for us. Getting a result at that time and in that manner and on that ground was a fantastic game for us.
By Sigurdsson. Johnson finding Roberts, and it's a good bit of link-up play too. Roberts is through here. Jason Roberts looking for his first goal of the season. He's got it. He's back. It's Albion's first of the new year. Clement's delivery. Johnson rising high is 2-0. No confusion in the Stockport ranks. This is Barlis. Still they stand off, and Dicchio doesn't hesitate for a second. 3 for Albion. Barlis, another one of those forward runs we're getting used to seeing. Johnson on the overlap. Barlis instead goes inside. Dobie. Here's Dicchio. It's 4. Here's McCartney. Niall Quinn, the obvious target. There's Kevin Phillips. Oh, top draw goal from a top draw striker. Neil Clement with the chance to level things up. Against Sorensen. Smashed into the top corner. Roberts. Done well to keep the ball in play. And even better to keep hold of it. Flicked in towards Johnson! Albion take the lead at the Stadium of Light. Taylor. And down the left with him. Taylor looking to centre it. Dobie moving onto it. Oh, and he's just inches away.
The sudden death of Jeff Astor, one of Albion's greatest ever players. Our thoughts and condolences are with Jeff's family and friends. I would like to ask all supporters to observe a 1-minute silence in honour of the King, Jeff Astor.
But the thing about Jeff, he was always the big showman. You know, he loved playing to the crowd up here, and he was always a good laugh. And we met him in the first series of fantasy football. We got him on in a kind of one-off thing, and he was so good we got him back as a regular feature. But I mean, I did hours of live television with him, which was a pretty bonding thing as well. So he ended up as schoolboy hero, mate, and work colleague. You know, so it's a kind of triple whammy today.
He was my roommate for 10 years. He was my best man at our wedding. And a great friend, truly great friend.
So, how's the Brown household taking this news?
When we heard it last night, me and my wife, very, very upset. You know, obviously because we knew him so well. We went on holiday together, and we were great buddies. And it's just, you're just devastated when we hear the news.
I don't think Jeff was the type that you want people to grieve, because he's full of life, full of fun. And I think that he was a big catalyst in the team in the 60s and the 70s because of his dressing room humour. It created a great team spirit, and it was proven by the results. We had won 2-3 cups, and we had a good team.
It is a Midlands derby, and I would think he'd get a lot of respect from both sets of fans, because obviously he was one of those players that I think people all over the Midlands respected and liked as a person and a player.
This is all right. This is good stuff from the Albion. They're being patient at the right time.
Jordal, Dicio, Roberts, Jason Roberts! Off they go. West Bromwich Albion need goals. They have a goal, and they have on the shirt the king, the goal scorer, who they remember today. It's a lovely touch. It's a lovely finish. It's a truly emotional moment, and Jason Roberts has done just the right thing here. He has felt the mood, and he has answered the requirements of the crowd in every respect.
When you took your shirt off there, was that pre-planned for all the team or just you with the Aston shirt?
Well, someone, don't know why they picked me, but someone decided I should wear it in case I scored, to give a little tribute to Jeff Astle, who will miss it.
It was a great move that brought that goal, besides your wonderful finish.
Yeah, I just remember it coming in. Daniele flicked it on, I got on the end of it and just held it up and managed to put it in. But it was a good move by the lads who played really well today, I thought.
Oakes with a delivery. Off an Albion head. Lee Marshall hits it, and what a save by Holt. Keeps his former club at bay. Roberts. Holding it up, waiting for Clement. Looking for Johnson now. Elliott's caught him. Penalty. Neil Clement to try and continue the FA Cup story. He's done it! Again, Albion in front against Premiership opposition.
Roberts, Dicio, Chambers, Roberts, onside, Jason Roberts, 1-0 West Bromwich Albion. Terrifically slick, really good move, and a splendid finish from Jason Roberts. Boing, baggies.
January had been a month of stark contrasts, with the joys of league and cup success put firmly into perspective by the passing of Albion's king.
We went up to Sunderland, and we told them before the game that it was a nice stadium. We didn't want the oohs and the ahs. Like, we were there to do a job. We played very well defensively. We did a lot of work on changing our normal style to a style that we hadn't used before, which meant that we needed good performance from the forwards. And Jason just picked up the mantle and really showed that on his day there's no better centre forward in the country, because he ran them ragged.
It's McInnes away from ball. This is Roberts in full flight around the keeper. Jason Roberts, 1-0 West Bromwich Albion.
Fabulous run. Great awareness by McInnes, timed the ball to perfection. Roberts' run was perfect as well, and the way he took it around the goalkeeper was so comfortable and really thumped it into the goal. There was no chance of stopping that.
Johnson, nice shimmy. Through towards Roberts, he's onside. He's got past Cox. Roberts! 2-0!
Well, it's a terrific run by Roberts and well picked out by Johnson. I don't think Cox was quite aware of Roberts, and certainly it was a very clever run. It was well timed, there's no doubt that he was onside. The ball was superb, and then really when he just had the goalkeeper in front of him, it was so cool. Perfect finish, wasn't it, really?
Clement. Away from Roberts. Lifted in towards Dicho! The classic centre-forward goal.
Barnes. And his man to get the cross in. There's Dicio! Albion en route to the quarter-finals. For Stephen Reid to put it in. And there's Cahill ghosting in. That could be a big goal for Millwall. Neil Clement with the chance to level it up. Oh, the penalty woe continues.
Oh, and here's Roberts. Jason Roberts scores for West Brom. The man who replaced Danny Dicio in terms of being their main strike force, the man to aim for. Wallace. Back to Clement. Good effort, good save by Besson. Double save by Besson, but he can't get there the third time. And the Icelandic international makes it 2-0. Sigurdsson had come up for the corner. McInnes, and that is a super ball for Ballas. Ballas for 3, takes on Besson, and it is 3. Again, the Portsmouth defence all over the place, and Scott Dobie takes advantage. Oh, another poor ball, it's Ballas, lovely touch from Roberts. Could it be 4-0 by half-time? Ballas does it! What a 45 minutes it is for the Baggies. This Portsmouth defence has been absolutely exploded in this first half. Johnson, and here we go again. Roberts clean through, must be 5 this time, you would think. Besson does well though, but not quite well enough. And a second goal of the day for the nephew of Cyril Regis. Besson, to be fair to him, has done his best. The defence in front of him has been completely porous.
Scott Dobie assumes responsibility now. Oh, against the crossbar! And the rebound isn't going to fall kindly either. Cresswell with the chance. He's done the same as Dobie. And Albion just about clear. Swung into the centre. Etuhu's waiting. All alone to score.
February had seen Wolves installed as title favourites, with Albion a safe bet for the playoffs. The gap to Wolves was 10 points. Surely they couldn't. No, surely not.
It's a proper football place, Burnley, and it's like it's one of those places where the football club is near enough the town. There's not a great deal of other things associated with it, and I've got good friends that run Burnley, and good manager, good coach, Sam Ellis, and it's always a tough game. But again, Jason played magnificently that night, but along with a lot of other people, because I think that was the one occasion where we looked and thought, well, we haven't got a weak link tonight.
Long punt towards Dicio. Chambers. Could be promising this. Dicio's continued into the centre. And here is Danny Dicio! It looks so simple. Wilson will leave it to Stephen Glass to deliver. In towards Filippo Galli, and the touch tees up the shot, and it's hammered in. Watford have the lead. It's on loan Wayne Brown's first Hornets goal. Fox takes it up, Clement ahead of it. Clement can swing it in left-footed now. Good one towards Dichio! Albion level through the head of Danny Dichio. His 8th goal for the club. Delivery from the trusty left boot of Neil Clement, and that is a wonderful finish. Steve Malbrunk to try and find the runners. Marley got a touch. Albion's resistance is broken.
Misjudgment and a real chance for Doby, and that's a handball outside the area, of which there is no question, and I wonder if a red card is on its way. It is, and the fixture, which seems to have a sending off every single time it's played, has another. Barnes. Nice dummy by Dichio. Johnson's now in the clear, looking for and finding Doby. Oh, that's a lovely goal, that really is. Terrifically worked. And just what Sheffield United didn't want, having gone down to 10 men so early. Barnes with a corner. Oh, he's gone for the short one. And McInnes! Oh, that is just outstanding from the West Bromwich Albion captain. Forget 1-0. Gary Megson wants more than that, and his captain's obliged. George Santos introduced, and interestingly, there's a little bit of history between he and Andy Johnson of West Bromwich Albion. He was in a little collision, accidental though it was, with Johnson while Johnson was playing for Nottingham Forest. And Santos ended up with a broken eye socket that put him out of the back end of last season. And this will be the first time that he and Johnson have met since. So, as I say, it was an accidental clash, but it'll be interesting to see what that first challenge is like. Santos and Johnson now do collide, and it was a hefty challenge, and I had been telling you about that little running battle that may be in the mind of George Santos, and would you believe it, George Santos has been sent off. It could be getting worse. Tempers are frayed, players are losing it, Sufo's furious, and has the referee sent off Patrick Sufo? It looked as though he's gone as well now. Would you believe it? 2 substitutes brought on have just been sent off within, 90 seconds of entering the field. It's a decent corner, and more at the far post, and it's in from Doby. And it's 3-0, and the 8 men, I guess, inevitably were going to concede, and they have done. 3 sent off for Sheffield United, Rob Olathorn being carried off, Michael Brown having hobbled off 2, Sheffield United down to 6 players, and the referee, by the letter of the law, forced to abandon the game.
It's almost a Johnny Wilkinson moment. It's down to the kicking. Might they shock us all with Ballast taking it? Certainly Clement is a favourite. Neil Clement! It's not gone in, has now! Bob Taylor on hand! West Brom break the deadlock! 1-0 to the Baggies! What a big moment! Creates a Clement, but the substitute was on hand.
Well, what a fantastic execution. I think in many ways Taylor is fortunate, because as it comes back off the wood, it actually hits Ward, who's trying to get across anyway, and I think that helps their cause. It's hit the angle, and it's dropped down for Taylor, and he's not going to miss that, but a little fortune, because Ward was never getting there initially, but it just hit his arm and fell beautifully for Taylor to follow it up.
Here's Collins, collecting from goalkeeper Ince. Oh, and he's given it straight here to Jourdain. Jourdain for Albion, stroked home to perfection. Jack uses the overlapping David Wright, and he's played it into Sorval. Good save from Holt, and again from Sorval, but Ashton has poked it in. Dobie manages to turn away and keeps going. Very strong run from Scott Dobie. Ince keeps that one out. Chambers is blocked. Jourdain strokes in. 2-1 to Albion. Barlis got it back from Dobie. Dicchio. 3-1. That should settle it. Smith's missed it. Dobie's had a super game, and once again using his strength. Wright has slipped. Dobie's in here. This could be 4 for West Bromwich Albion. Oh, it is 4 in comic fashion, but they'll take them any way they come.
Corner which has been quickly taken. Here's Clement. Chettle there to clear. Now Moore. And it's been squeezed in. It's Moore with the original header, but Jourdain is claiming the goal. Jourdain deciding to bypass Clement. Shot from Benjamin was blocked. Jourdain. Here's Dicchio. Deflected and deflected in. That really is cruel on Barnsley. Danny Dicchio missed a good chance at the start of the second half, but he made the most of that. Here's Moore. Flag has stayed down. Benjamin is onside. Oh, fabulous strike. Such power in that effort by Trevor Benjamin. So, 21 clean sheets in the league so far this season for Russell Holt. And he was a fingertip away from maintaining his record. Penalty for Darren Barnard.
The Battle of Bramall Lane had merely served to galvanise Albion's spirit. 3 points behind with 4 games to play. From now on in, it was to be the battle of the Black Country.
He played a big part towards the end of the season, Jourdain, not just with his goals, because I thought his performances were good, but we've been gradually getting to a situation where we had a competition for places, and people couldn't just churn out anything and expect to stay in the team there to perform. And Jourdain came in, and his contribution in 1 or 2 games was immense. And as I say, not just his goals, the way that he actually played.
Easter Monday was a pivotal moment in Albion's season, with Wolves' 12-point lead finally wiped out. A 1 o'clock kick-off at Molineux saw Manchester City all but crowned champions. Wolves had finally cracked. No sooner had Sean Wright-Phillips completed his double for the afternoon at Molineux, attention turned to Highfield Road. Albion kicked off against Coventry, knowing that victory would put them level on points with Wolves.
Dicchio dives in. Taylor's there! Ever the man of the moment!
We took a little bit of a gamble. I thought the game itself was obviously going to be a high-pressure game, and you need somebody in your ranks who's not going to be affected by that pressure, and I thought Bob Taylor would fit the bill that day. And really, we left people out who didn't particularly deserve to be left out, but we thought that we'd pick a team for the occasion, and stuck Bob in there. We set off as well as I've ever seen a team set off, purely and simply because we knew the result from Molineux, and we justifiably got the lead after about 15 minutes, and then really they didn't cause us that many problems. Lee didn't cause us too many problems, and I can't remember them having a shot, although they had a lot of pressure.
So level on points, Wolves travelled to Millwall and lost. Steve Claridge's winning goal on Friday night meant that by the time Rotherham arrived at the Hawthorns that Sunday, Albion's fate rested in their own hands.
Ballas. Jordan. Ballas has continued his run. And here is Igor Ballas. And again. Forward towards Byfield, who takes it first time. Good turn by McInnes. Space for Bob Taylor. And in! He's done it again!
Well, it's a terrific goal. He's a huge hero here at Albion. Goal almost coming out of nothing, really. Good play by McInnes in the midfield. Nice little twist. Went past his defender. Opens it out. Sees Taylor out there. Taylor just comes inside his man and unleashes a great little shot into the corner. Super goal.
He's come up with some big goals in recent times. Mostly from a yard out. But take that one, 20 yards out. Dicchio with a header, and it's Neil Clement striking. Just took too long to come down for him, really. Over the head of Dicchio, but this is Taylor again! Really got a good shot away there. Dawes. Lee. Gilchrist has stopped. Lee hasn't. Byfield missed it. Hurst and Mullen goes down. Byfield goal. All sorts of incidents leading up to it. And Byfield has scored on his debut. Sedgwick on the edge. Plenty in the 6-yard box. And Darren Moore didn't make it. Sedgwick is there. Sedgwick! And Sedgwick again's hit the post. And Branston is wide. And a golden opportunity has drifted away for Rotherham. Clement's going to take the corner. Can he find his bald head? And Jordao! It's off the line. No flag from the assistant referee. No whistle from the referee. Jordao's effort cleared off the line. Clement!
It was a spectacular effort by Jordao. When the defender just took that little step back to get it off the line when it came, it was Sedgwick, it was well over. I mean, Jordao, he felt that it was over straight away. That's surprisingly over.
It's clearly over.
We've done ever so well first half. We're patient, got a good goal, and we wanted to get a good start the second half, but unfortunately they got the equaliser and the game became so scrappy then, and we just didn't play.
Did you think that Jordao's effort had gone over the line? It seemed to on the TV replays. In fact, I think we can have a look at it here on this monitor if you want to have a look.
At the time I thought it was over. I mean, the way Jordao was claiming, I mean, that's a disgrace. How the stand-side linesman can't see that is beyond me, and I thought he was terrible the whole game, the stand-side linesman, and a decision like that can be so important. And I mean, it's not even close. It's a good 12 inches over the line, and that's a ridiculous decision.
It just shows you how important it is that people do the jobs properly, because although in the end it didn't cost us, it could have done, but it didn't. It certainly cost crew, and when I saw it afterwards, I couldn't believe. Like I can understand, like, was all the ball over, but when the bloke's actually in the back of the net kicking it away, it was incredible. Having said that, we played poorly against Rotherham, and it was probably a fair result the way the game went, but we did get it over the line and we should have won. So.
A point ahead of Wolves, Albion went to Bradford.
Dicchio Chambers. Neat play from him if he can dispatch the cross. Has support. McInnes waiting. And Doby! Unlucky. That would have been the ideal start for West Brom. Settle the nerves if there are any. Decent ball in by McInnes. Not bad contact, but never complete control from Doby. But enough to send the Baggies fans into early songs. Here's Ward, and it opens up for Hwang Jo. Well, it was powerful. Hwang Jo's shot was well struck, but the positioning of Russell Holt made it a comfortable catch. Clement takes it. Oh, well, it was the nearest of touches. Gilchrist and Dicchio descended. McInnes. Taylor and Benjamin. Oh, that's a terrific save by Koo. Magnificent save by Scotland's newest goalkeeper. Called up for next week's friendly against Nigeria for agility like that. Great save denies Benjamin. Best chance of the game. Taylor's flick. Benjamin's seemingly goal-bound header. That is a wonderful save. Benjamin couldn't believe it. The fans behind the goal couldn't either. Sigurdsson helping it on. Here comes Taylor, and he leant back, and for him that was a brilliant opportunity. For them too. They'd have backed him. Just suddenly broke. He looks up at the heavens. He's only been on a couple of minutes. He set up Benjamin for the best chance, and then suddenly maybe the second best chance fell his way. Clement and Taylor, no offside. Taylor, oh, it's saved well by Coombe and then fired over by Doby, and well, the West Brom talisman, maybe his magic deserted him. Well, time just froze for a second for the West Bromwich Albion fans. Suddenly Taylor was in and he couldn't get a clean strike, and Doby's header off the mark. McInnes into the first minute of added time, reaches Taylor. Taylor, oh, he's upended, it's a penalty! Unbelievable! Myers challenge, Taylor goes down, and the team who just missed penalties for fun now have one of the most vital in their history. Well, Igor Barlis has been targeted as the next penalty taker. Bob Taylor, one of several who've missed for West Bromwich Albion, he's been brought down. And the team who have missed more penalties than they've scored this season have one of the most important that Gary Megson has ever witnessed. There'll be some fans who will not look. There'll be some players who won't look. To keep promotion in their own hands. We're in stoppage time. Look at the emotions. This is what an entire season's work has come down to in many ways. Well, the drama's going to be extended as treatment is administered to Bob Taylor. My goodness. In some ways, a penalty has been as cruel an irony as any other award. Incredible. West Bromwich Albion have missed so many spot kicks this campaign, and that their automatic promotion hope should come down to a penalty in stoppage time in their 45th match of the league season. Well, you couldn't write it, could you? Igor Barlis versus Alan Koo. And he's tucked it in! so much to West Bromwich Albion. Oh, there are kids crying. They came for a party, fancy dress and wigs, and it's come down to a penalty from Barlis in stoppage time. Would you believe it? They're a win away from the Premiership. It's as simple as that. And Gary Megson cannot believe it. He almost didn't want to look, but he dared to. If they can hang on for the seconds that remain, promotion will come down to 90 minutes at Hawthorns. And if you'd written this into a Hollywood script, you'd have called it Cornet. They don't care how it came today. A win was a win. They're on the verge of their 17th 1-0 win of the season. Just listen to the Albion fans who've made their way up. 3,500 of them. Their allocations sold out. They've come to enjoy their day out here in Yorkshire. Meanwhile, has going to penalise and indeed book Emmanuel for his challenge, but well, what a season it's been for them. Promotion in their own hands. 3 points between them and Old Trafford and Anfield, Highbury and Stamford Bridge. How much more stoppage time is there going to be? Free kick. Well, it's now been 51 minutes since the second half got underway. Clement hovering over the ball. Time is on their side now. Igor Barlis, the hero. It's over. The referee's going to blow. West Bromwich Albion have won. 4 points ahead of Wolves now. Promotion is in their hands. Wolves have to win tomorrow. If they don't, or more specifically if they lose, West Bromwich Albion will be there before they get to the Hawthorns on the last day. But the team who were missing penalties for fun have a penalty scored at last. And that is the margin of victory that has sent 3,500 West Bromwich Albions into delirium here at Valley Parade. Incredible stoppage time penalty. You couldn't have scripted it. Bradford 0. West Bromwich Albion a win away from the Premiership now. 1.
That was a great occasion because, as it turned out, you don't know how important it was until after the event. We knew it was going to be an important game, but we're thinking, well, we've got to Bradford and get a point. Then that wouldn't be the end of the world. But what sticks in my mind is that whenever you go to an away ground, you always get stick from the muppets that are behind. They sit there on purpose, and I've walked out and getting a load of stick, and this West Brom supporter was sat right behind the dugout, and he went. So they were all over the show. We had supporters everywhere. It was a fantastic occasion, and then it was surreal that I always felt we were going to score. I don't know why, because we weren't playing that brilliantly, but I always felt we were going to score. Again, we chucked Bob on in the last quarter of an hour, and like at that time, it's not about fitness and it's not about pace. It's fresh legs going on there with a little bit of common sense, a little bit of know-how. He brought the ball down in the box, and when you do that, if people try and tackle you, you're going to have a problem. And Bob won as a penalty, which in itself is a great thing for most clubs. For ourselves, it's somewhat of a worry, and it seemed to take an age, but Igor strode up and stuck it away really well, and then the place just erupted.
As we can see, in some senses, the party has already started in the stands and on the terraces. 27,000 all-ticket crowd, but no exaggeration to say that they could have sold 65,000 tickets for this, a game amongst all games. West Brom, champions of the Football League way back in 1920, have their destiny in their own hands, and just as importantly in this most fervent of footballing areas, they also control the fate of their oldest and greatest rivals. For the majority of the country, it's just intriguing to eavesdrop. For the Black Country, this matters more than mere words can ever express. For celebrity fans as well as those slightly more anonymous, this a day, hopefully, to be savoured. "16 years since the Baggies last played at the top table of English football. This a club that became synonymous with style in the 70s, when Ron Atkinson could field Regis, Cunningham, Robson. They came third in the league, reached the quarter-final of the UEFA Cup. But the modern West Bromwich Albion are much more pragmatic. They don't score many, but they hardly concede any at all. And the equation is simple. Win, and they are up. For West Brom, a day when history can be made. For Crystal Palace, who'd hoped to be in a similar position, merely the final act of a disappointing season. All to play for, nothing to play for. Oh, that it was really that simple. Well, here is the lineup of players charged with carrying West Brom into the land of milk and honey. Or should that be money? There's just one change to the team that won so dramatically at Bradford last weekend, and that's up front, where 35-year-old Bob Taylor is preferred to Scott Dobie. West Brom have the meanest defence in the division. Holt, Moore and Clement were all named in the PFA's Team of the Year, chosen by their fellow professionals.
Well, the one thing Gary Megson would have wanted was to be able to pick such a strong lineup. OK, Jason Roberts apart, but Holt in goal, the three centre-backs and the wing-backs have been so solid, best record in the league. And I think if they can remain calm and focused, as they have done all season, and that'll give them the base today. I think McInnes, the skipper, big part to play in midfield and keeping things steady. Up front, they've got to avoid falling into the trap of over-relying on Dicchio, and I think Taylor's now to just do the trick.
Crystal Palace can count on the backing of Wolves supporters everywhere. One former Wolves striker, Dougie Freedman, is out injured, but another, Adi Akinbayi, is due a goal or two. Sir Jack Hayward even suggested a hat-trick would be nice. They brought Simon Roger back into midfield. Trevor Francis feels honour bound to field his strongest possible team.
Yeah, and it's like for like, 3-5-2. Obviously Baggies fans will be praying Akinbayi doesn't get a sniff today, and he'll certainly be more confident after his goal last week, but Clinton Morrison is the man to fear. And I think if he gets the service, then Granville and Fleming need to push forward to try and help him out. I think West Brom have got also to avoid allowing David Hopkins to get into one of those shooting positions in or around the box, because he can punish from long range.
It's been a stealthy rise up the First Division table by West Brom, only 7th at the turn of the year, still 11 points behind Wolves only a month ago, but now on the brink. If they win, they're up, and Wolves, deliciously for all baggies, will be consigned to the playoffs. What though, Jim Beglin, are the dangers for West Bromwich Albion today?
Well, the first thing they've got to do is use the noise in the stadium at the moment to their advantage and the fantastic support they're getting, because if they start well, that will only get better. If they start poorly, things can get edgy, the crowd will have a big influence on things, and anything can happen from there, so they've got to thrive on what they're hearing just now.
There's Danny Dichio. They haven't lost when he's scored. A £1.25 million purchase from Sunderland just after the start of the season, and this West Bromwich Albion team in total has cost just £4.2 million to assemble. Header was by Granville, on by Akinbaye, and stooping, it's guided back by Phil Gilchrist. Bright sunshine, no appreciable breeze. A pitch that's showing one or two signs of wear and tear, but should play reasonably well. And this is Neil Clement, dispossessed by Rihilati.
I'm sure Gary Megson's been working overtime this week and trying to keep his players focused but relaxed nonetheless. And I think also, I hope for his sake he's addressed the fact that things could go wrong. If the players sense that maybe Wolves have gone ahead at Hillsborough or they go behind here, it's not the end of the world, don't panic.
Here's Clinton Morrison. Akinbaye's in the middle, Rihilati's arriving as well, it's Gilchrist in the way, and Hopkin guides it to Curtis Fleming. Well, it's a free kick to Crystal Palace. West Brom hoping early nerves will settle, but it won't do their nerves any good to be defending this. It's Danny Granville, and it's well struck and deflected, and that's a very good save by Russell Holt.
He shouldn't have got the shot in, it's as simple as that. I mean, Granville's standing, they can all see it, and they're a little late getting to him. And that deflection was taken around to the top corner off Moore. Great save by Holt, but was really well struck by Granville. But once this happens, and who knows, that's a good tip over.
The PFA's First Division goalkeeper of the year. West Brom's free kick though. Here's Neil Clement. Johnson. Header out by Austin. Neil Clement. No better left foot in the division than his.
Well, it was a great run by Johnson to begin with. Almost got in, but it was a nice little flick back. It wasn't very well clear. There isn't much power in the header, and you don't want to fall into that, man. Sacrifice power for technique. Make sure he was going to strike it properly, and he did just that. But the keeper Kalinka was always there, and I think he makes the save as on target.
Good spot by the referee. West Brom have the free kick. Eddie Wolstenholme, one of the select group of referees. Darren Moore is forward. He's only scored once for West Brom. That's below par by his scoring standards. This is Darren Moore though. And there's Johnson now. Was he pushed? It's Moore! It's in! Darren Moore for West Brom! And what were we saying? He's not scored his fair share. Well, how much is that one worth?
Well, it's worked out perfectly for him because he's the one that's got to the far post to win the initial header and get it back across goal. I thought there was a foul by Rihilati on Johnson. He seemed to push him out of it. Doesn't matter, doesn't help. Having got the earlier header in, Moore has just held his ground the ball's arrived straight back at his feet. And to be honest, once it comes back to him, centre-back, it doesn't get many goals or not, he can hardly miss that. And this place has gone absolutely wild. What a goal that is. Through Kalinko's legs maybe in the end. Anyway will do.
There's Chambers, he was fouled by Mullins, it's going to be the first yellow card of the game. He had been warned.
Well, he was victim of one earlier himself, and he can't really excuse that. He's very late on Chambers.
So a chance for West Brom. They're not content to qualify for the Premiership by dint of Wolves losing. They want to win handsomely. And Neil Clement's prowess with his left foot has been a feature of the season. It is Clement, and it's awkward, it's Taylor! It's 2-0! Within touching distance now, and the goal has been scored by one of West Brom's greatest ever strikers. He can see the promised land.
I always make a case for a goalkeeper when the ball bounces in front, and it wasn't the most wickedly struck shot from Clement, but I'm sorry, on this occasion I just can't defend Kalinko. It's a dreadful error by the goalkeeper, but Bob Taylor was put in the side today specifically for sniffing out chances like that. He did something similar after a Clement free kick and getting the winner at Nottingham Forest recently. He's done it again today, but it's a dreadful goalkeeping mistake.
One becomes two. Nationwide is about to become Premier. Never mind 3 lions on the shirt. For Frank Skinner, it's all about his beloved baggies now. $27,000 waiting for the whistle to blow. No need for Austin to clear that. It's going through to Kalinko. West Brom, who were in at the start of the Football League way back when, in 1888, now on the verge of joining the Premier League for the first time in their history. Here goes Ballis. Oh, and there are 3 gaining ground in the middle. But Ballis is heading for the corner flag. Would have been worth the early cross because it was 3 against 3 in the centre. McInnes. 2 extra minutes to be played. Jordao. Ball's got stuck in there, and the referee is going to allow a substitution to be made. And this is a notable substitution, because it's 34-year-old Rule Fox who has said that he's going to leave the club at the end of the season and will probably retire from professional football. Danny De Gea, whose height has caused problems, is coming off. And the final word will go to a winger who has delighted supporters at Norwich and at Tottenham and at Newcastle. This is very nearly journey's end for Rule Fox.
I think it's a lovely touch by the manager to bring him into an occasion like this and let him sample at least probably a minute or so of it anyway.
Very shortly it'll be journey's end for West Bromwich Albion. One of the most historic, one of the most famous, one of the proudest names in English football. Stewards all the way round the perimeter of the pitch, but they're going to have a job on to stop the invasion. And the referee has decided to blow up early, and West Bromwich Albion are in the Premiership. The Boing Boing Baggies are back in the big time. And it is truly a landmark day in the proud history of West Bromwich Albion. They can scarcely contain their emotions. And confirmation too that the final whistle has gone at Hillsborough. Wolves have only drawn. Wolves, West Brom's greatest rivals, are only in the playoffs. West Bromwich Albion's season is at an end, so is their journey, and so is the anguish of being outside the top flight for 16 long and arduous seasons. Darren Moore set them on their way. Bob Taylor, how appropriate for him, sealed it with his 131st goal for the club he served so well for so long. And now many of the players are actually lost in the crowd. And I pity the two linesmen who got precious little opportunity from the referee to seek the sanctuary of the tunnel. One by one, in dribs and drabs, the victors make their way through to be greeted by the manager who has styled himself as one of the fans. Great affinity between Gary Megson and these jubilant followers of West Brom. It's 26 years since last West Brom were promoted to the top division of English football. Last time they did it on the ground of Oldham Athletic. This time the party is at home. It's all the better for the wait. There are no more passionate supporters, and there is the club's record goal scorer, Tony Brown, Bomber Brown, who scored the goal that took them into the top division last time, 26 years ago this week. And what a contrast between the Hawthorns and Hillsborough. 20-odd thousand on the pitch in the West Midlands in South Yorkshire. Wolves troop off disconsolately, having held an automatic promotion place for the vast majority of the season, but now it is they who face the agony of the playoffs.
We felt that over the last 20 years, you felt that it all came down to this last game, and we just wanted to do what we've been doing for the last 45 games before this game, which was be hard to beat, obviously get a goal as well, and just see it through, and we knew that we had to win today, and we've done that, and it's full credit to not just the players but everybody connected with the football club, and I'm really delighted, especially for my birthday tomorrow.
How old are you?
I'm 28 tomorrow.
Well,
so it's a nice birthday present.
It certainly is, and you got the all-important early goal, which seemed to steady your nerves.
Yeah, that was right. We knew that we had to get an early goal, and I don't score many, but I just thank the Lord that I got a goal today, which was a very important goal, and it did seem to settle us down because we had the all-important goal, and like Super Bob sort of got us the second for the cushion, but we're just delighted with it, as you can see with everybody. It means so much to the football club, and we're delighted.
We don't have any flash individuals or anything. We've not had a big goal scorer this season, and we've had to call on a lot of strengths. We lost arguably two of our best players, Lee Hughes and Jason Roberts, so we've done it the hard way, and every one of them has been magnificent this season, on the boys, and every one of the squad, and absolutely delighted to get promotion.
How did today compare to some of the other big events that you've played in, certainly with Rangers?
Yeah. Well, for me personally, it was a big thing because it's the biggest part I've played in. I mean, Rangers are a squad player, and I played obviously in cup finals and that, but this was a big achievement for me.
We've gone along nice and quietly, not said too much in the papers or press. A lot's been documented about people didn't think we were going to do it, and we've proved a few people wrong today.
Did that sting you, that criticism of your team?
Yeah, it did. You look around the dressing room before the game, there was little clippets stuck up on the wall that, we drew strength from that, if you like, and we thought, it made us more determined to go out there and prove people wrong.
And how much has Gary Megson played a part in the revitalisation of your career? Because you were out of things really at Forest.
Yeah, it's funny how a season can turn around. One thing start of the season, I'm not playing football at all really at Forest, and I get a move to West Brom, and now we're in the Premier League.
But once the first goal went in, you must have been confident because you just don't concede goals.
No, I don't think we've conceded over 30 this year now, and that's a great credit to all the lads, and it's just a brilliant day.
You must be very proud of those statistics. I think it's 24 clean sheets, is it? And you've only conceded 6 goals since January. Is this the best defence you've ever played behind?
20, how many? 27, I think you'll find it is. So yeah, we're thrilled to bits with it, and it just tops it off. The fans here have been brilliant all day, and it's just a marvellous day. And we can get there, and we can be playing the big boys next season.
This is it for me. I'm 35-year-old, and this is the pinnacle of my career now. I've got to the promised land with my beloved team, and this is all that matters.
Is this your daughter as well?
Yeah, this is my daughter. Lucky charm, it's her birthday today. She's 11-year-old, so things have gone really well for her.
Seems everybody's bringing their kids onto the pitch today.
Well, why not? We see people taking children up the steps at the FA Cup final. Why can't I do this? This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing for me now.
It's certainly a fashion in the Premiership at the moment, which of course is where you're headed.
Well, yeah, definitely. To rub shoulders. I sampled it for a few months on loan at Bolton, and it was absolutely fantastic. This is the place. This is the Premiership club. That's the place to be. These fans deserve it, as you've seen today, and we're just humbled, to do it for them. And as I say, you can see the support they've given us now. It's absolutely awesome.
A typical striker's goal for you today?
Oh, absolutely brilliant. I was complaining I wasn't getting enough tap-ins, and last 3 or 4 goals I've scored have been tap-ins, so I'm absolutely chuffed to bits. And a lot of people were saying that, it was set up for me today, and I didn't really want to believe it, but as you say, it's I got an easy tap-in, and it's been brilliant for me.
We can all play. You have to be able to play under pressure, and it was a strange thing, because you always look at your end of the season and think well, if we've got a chance, if we've got a good finish, nobody ever knows what's good, bad or indifferent finish. But I always said to Frank, if we needed to do anything, we'd beat Palace at our place, and that's how it turned out. But it was an amazing day, because obviously Wolves were away at my old club, and I asked a friend of my son's to take his mobile, and I said, give us a ring when anything goes off, but no faffing about. I want it done properly. And our game kicks off, and I get a tap on the shoulder. Wolves are 1 up. I told him not to mess about. Couldn't believe that 1 up after 20 seconds. And then Holty's made a fantastic save after about 2 minutes from a deflected shot. Now, if we'd have gone 1-0 down, it would certainly a few backsides would have tightened. But we kept our cool, and we were thankful for a set piece. When things get tight, you tend to overlook. We don't overlook it, but we scored a lot of goals from set pieces towards the end of the season, because things do get tight, and people start to perform in strange ways. But it was a great set piece, and the fact that Darren scored was marvellous. And then probably fitting that the person who got us back into the Premier League was Bob Taylor, and in the manner that he did, because it's probably Neil Clement's worst free kick of the season. It was like my 3-wood at golf. It was a damp squib, ducked in. Goalkeeper inexplicably drops it, and again, like most times, you'll get away with it, but Bob's followed in, and then it was party time. It was fantastic.
Albion's 16-year-long return journey to top-flight football was complete, except for the traditional open-top bus tour. Thousands lined the streets of the Black Country between the Hawthorns and Albury Town Centre, where the town threw a civic reception to celebrate the club's achievement. Albion were back where they belong.
had hundreds and hundreds of faxes, cards, letters, and congratulating myself, the players, the staff, the board, everybody connected with West Brom on going up. What I would say to you, if I had the time and if I had the dough, I'd send every one of you a congratulatory letter. You can
Absolutely phenomenal. These fans do it year in and year out for us, and as I say, same scenes as nearly 10 years ago.
What do these lot mean to you? We know what you mean to them.
Well, I mean, the feeling's mutual. You know, they've accepted me as one of them, and that's all you can achieve as a player. And you know, the way they've been singing my name for the last nearly 10 years now has been absolutely fantastic. They've been there for me through thick and thin, and as I say, I love them to bits, and I think they know that.
These are great moments in anybody's career, and you can see what it means to these people. We're just glad we've managed to put them back in the footballing map, so to speak.
A lack of what things to be proud about around here for a long time, I guess, and just shows they're begging for that success.
Yeah, I mean it's not the best of days today, but it's absolutely the great support. I mean, we do appreciate them, and they shouldn't underestimate the part that they've played this year, and they've given us great backing, and as you can see, they're different class, and they'll be with us next year, and we'll enjoy the Premiership together.
Are you surprised by this?
Yeah, I am really. Yeah, I mean, it's a great turnout.
I ain't, Mark, you know, because a well-supported club, you know. I mean, they've supported us all season, and like, this is just like, I mean, look at them. Fantastic.
Get Boeing in then, Darren. I think they want you to Boeing. Go on, get stuck in there.
Are you sitting comfortably?
The blue touch paper has been well and truly lit. Fantastic. Extraordinary.